Sidney, now that you know what to expect from that atmosphere at Bridgestone Arena in Game 3, moving forward to Game 4, what can you do to combat that?
Oh, I thought we did a good job last game. We got the first goal and had some momentum there. So I think a big part of the game there was giving up a couple quick goals. You're going to make mistakes sometimes. The puck's end up in your net, but you got to make sure that you get that momentum back, and we'll have to kind of get into it with that.
You and Gino not able to generate one single shot on goal for the first time, 140 of your career playoff games. How do you generate more offense?
Oh, we had chances. We just got to hit the net. They blocked some. I think it's just a matter of kind of winning those battles too and finding ways to get to the net. But you've got to hit the net, so let's start there.
Where does that defense core rank among the kind of challenges you faced through your playoff career?
Well, it's different. I mean, you play against kind of different styles of defensemen, and with them, I mean, they just skate themselves out of trouble. They don't have to spend a lot of time on their end. So I think the times when you do get the puck, you do get possession, you've got to challenge them and force them to play defense.
Sid, the power play continues to be a bit of a struggle here in the Stanley Cup Final. What kind of adjustments are you looking to make here?
It just comes down to execution, the way that they pressure. I mean, against other penalty kills, sometimes you can feel pretty good, maybe not get a lot accomplished, but you're still working the puck around, you feel pretty good about it. But it's probably not going to be the case with these guys. We've got to make sure that when we see an opening that we execute. We'll get a chance, but it's not going to be the type of one that you're able to spend a minute kind of throwing the puck around and waiting to kind of pick them apart. It's not the style they play, so we've got to adjust and make sure that we execute.
What's the biggest difference, Sid? What's the biggest?
What was the value of having PK out there, kind of 99 hours?
I haven't even, it doesn't matter who I go against. I'm going out there to compete, and to be honest, I'm not looking at who's on D and who's up front. I mean, you just go out there ready to compete no matter who it's against.
You went up against Mark Thoughton, he was in your face. Now PK, does the game plan for you change depending on the guy that you know is going to be in your face, or is it the same every night?
To be honest, guys, I haven't seen him much. I haven't seen PK much. We haven't been in the zone probably enough, but I don't feel like every time I'm out there, PK's out there. So you guys will probably watch closer than I do, but that's the way it feels. So I'm pretty sure they're not locked in on a certain pairing being out there against certain lines. So they're pretty comfortable with each pairing and kind of seeing a bit of both. But I'm ready to compete against whoever.
So you played the Stanley Cup Final against two of them against Lidstrom. You played last year against Burns and Vlasic. How different is this? Those are all great defensemen.
Yeah, it's not that much different. I mean, you're challenged every night, and all those guys you mentioned are great on both sides of the puck. So I mean, you've got to make sure that if you're talking about defensemen, the best thing you can do is challenge them. Keep going at them, trying to force the mistakes. The more you do that, the more chance you have of them making a mistake, and that's what makes them so good. They don't make a lot of them, but you just got to continue to pressure them.
Was Lidstrom the best one you played against?
Yeah, I think that's a fair one to say. I think he was with Rafalski then. That was a pretty nice pairing. They were pretty good at skating themselves out of trouble, but there's a couple of good pairings on Nashville too, and kind of similar to them. They don't put themselves in a lot of trouble, so you've got to find a way to pressure them.
Sid, the Preds drop back into that 1-3-1 at times through the neutral zone. Is it a bit like playing Ottawa?
Yeah, I don't think there is. I don't think they go to it quite as much. I don't think they're committed to it as much as Ottawa was. It felt like, every time we were coming to the neutral zone, that's what we looked at. And, with Nashville, they kind of picked their spots when to fall back into that. But it helps playing a team previously that kind of looked to do that as far as, what to expect.